Miss Elaine Lim came out on social media and made some allegations against me. Some of what she said is true.
This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Some Spanish Town residents without power after illegal connections destroyed transformer. The Jamaica Public Service is reporting that residents of St. John's Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, have been left without electricity after illegal connections destroyed another transformer serving the community. JPS says the transformer was destroyed when it became overloaded by illegitimate users connecting lines to the company's electrical infrastructure. JPS notes that the transformer was recently installed on September 19. It is the sixth transformer to be destroyed by illegal connections in the St. John's Road community since the start of the year, costing the company more than Jamaican $1.6 million so far, JPS stated. The Light and Power Company says approximately 650 households have been affected by the power outage. Only 25 of these households are legal JPS customers. It is very unfair to our paying customers who have to share the cost of electricity theft, said Ramsey McDonald, JPS Senior VP Customer Services, in a statement. The constant disruption in service is totally unacceptable and terribly inconvenient to customers. Persons who insist on stealing electricity have managed to breach the anti-theft infrastructure that JPS placed in this community, and their illegal actions continue to compromise the service we seek to provide to legitimate customers, he said. JPS is reminding the public that theft of electricity creates a significant safety hazard with a high risk of fire and electrocution to both paying customers and those who are illegally extracting electricity. Meanwhile, some upset residents yesterday afternoon mounted a protest over the lack of electricity in the area. According to them, they have been without power for a week. The residents say that this has hampered their lives. I have to dash for several $100,000 worth of meat after paying $30,000 monthly for electricity, Aston McDonald, who operates a Cheddar Wholesale, told the news. I don't like to protest, but it is wicked as we are paying customers. What I want is the current back, McDonald lamented. We're going to block the road until we get back the lights, Maureen Cosley said. My mother sells ice cream and everything's spoiled and JPS not saying anything. We have to use the generator to get the cashback business up. This is unfair and we need the government help right now. Residents have vowed to continue the protests. Lionel Murrays' appointment as TPDCO boss rescinded. The appointment of Lionel Murrays as interim executive director of the Tourism Product Development Company has been rescinded amid a strong backlash. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the decision was made yesterday following consultation with the ministry's permanent secretary, Jennifer Griffith, and TPDCO's board. Instead, TPDCO's Director of Corporate Services, Georgia Robinson, has been appointed as interim head until the recruitment of a new executive director is finalized this month. In a statement, Bartlett said that Murrays will continue to serve in his role as Director of Product Development and Community Tourism. Critics, including the parliamentary opposition, had come out against Murrays' appointment, arguing that a cloud still hangs over him, arising from his role in the scandal at the state-owned oil refinery Petrojam. Murrays, then director of the Petrojam Corporation Jamaica, Petrojam's parent company, faced strong backlash for his role in controversial multi-million-dollar donations by the oil refinery. Petrojam had acknowledged that an email Murrays sent to them, Petrojam General Manager Floyd Grindley, forms the basis on which the company granted a $10 million donation requested by the Homestead Citizens for Action Benevolent Society. The donation was requested for the construction of 2 classroom blocks at the Homestead Primary School in St. Catherine, and the money was paid directly to the institution. A performance audit of Petrojam, which was conducted by the Auditor General's Department, found that Murrays also forwarded on behalf of a citizens group identified as the Sydenham Citizens Association an email to Grandly requesting a $9 million donation for a community project. This donation is the subject of an investigation by the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency. During an appearance before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament in May 2019, Murray acknowledged that in both cases he was merely acting as a courier. Murray insisted at the time that when he forwarded the emails to Grandly, he was not acting in his capacity as a PCJ director or as an assistant to former Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley. The opposition had argued that Murray has failed to distinguish himself as a fit and proper manager of public funds. He explained that in his role at the tourism agency, his focus includes creating a product of diversity and quality through the establishment and deepening of key partnerships with academia, communities, government, and the private sector. He informed that Murray first joined TPDCO as a destination manager for the resort area of Negril. Bartlett added that he possesses quantifiable local and overseas experience in areas of operations management, policy development, corporate governance, and destination management. He further stated that Murray's expertise will prove critical to spearheading the operations of and leading the product development and community tourism team at the agency to actualize their mandate of preserving the cultural heritage product of Jamaica, creating new diverse products, and a modification of existing tourism products. Richie Stephens denies rape allegation. Reggae singer Richie Stephens has categorically denied rape allegations leveled against him by a 27-year-old female entertainer and ex-soldier from Singapore. In a video posted on YouTube on Saturday, the Weakness for Sweetness singer poured cold water over the allegations. Miss Elaine Lim made some allegations. Some of what she said is true, but I am here to tell you what is true. 1. She was on tour with me in 2019 in Australia. 2. She made a formal report to the police against me. And 3. She did a rape kit. What she did not tell you, a thorough investigation was done by the Australian police. I was detained. They took a statement from me. They took a statement from her and other people, and there were cameras in the vicinity, he said.
Hello everyone, my name is Richard Stevenson, aka Richie Stephens, and I'm here today to address some allegations that you might see going around about me. Initially, I said I wasn't going to say anything, but now I think I owe it to my family, to my friends, and to my fans to come out and set the record straight. Miss Elaine Lim came out on social media and made some allegations against me. Some of what she said is true, but I am here to tell you what is true. 1, she was on tour with me in Australia in 2019. 2, she made a formal report to the police against me. 3, she did a rape kit. But what she did not tell you, a thorough investigation was done by the Australian police. I was detained. They took a statement from me, a statement from her, a statement from other people, and there were cameras in the vicinity. While I was detained, I called my attorney, Mr. Christopher Townsend, who advised me on what to do. And at the end of that investigation, they found her allegations were simply baseless. You know what is true? I'm really sorry for her to know that she would go that far to try and get some recognition. We're living in a time where people are doing certain things. We see it every day. Some people believe that likes are far more important than the truth. And we're here today to bring the truth out. Check this out. She claimed that I came back to Jamaica and run to the media and give them fabricated stories. I have not done not even one interview. I have not posted a video about the incident. I didn't do nothing like that. The only thing happened is my attorney, Mr. Christopher Townsend, wrote a letter that I posted on my IG. That's all I did. Now this is in contrast to what she has done. You have to remember this, people. This woman is a professional video editor. And if you take a keen look at her video, you see the sheet behind her, you see she talk in a certain type of way. This is nothing but a stage performance, a whole stage production. No, you don't need to stage the truth. All right, people, let's take a look at something where she said. She said, in her country, I would be guilty until proven innocent, which is not even true. But that tells you how warped her mind is. She also took the time to invite the media to link her personally. Clearly, she had a boss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she even trying to make it seem as if she didn't get justice in Australia. Australia is one of the most serious countries in the world when it comes to sex crimes. Now, I am a very serious supporter of bringing sexual predators to justice. But her allegations are simply not true. There are people with serious issues as a result of sex crimes. So when people like her come with all these lies, it does not help the movement. I am Richard Stevens, and that's my piece.
Hanover Western MP wants a bypass for the town of Lucy. Member of Parliament for Hanover Western Tamika Davis is pleading for a bypass for the increasingly congested town of Lucy, as well as for the Riley Bridge that sits at the edge of the town to be replaced. Davis, a first-term MP representing the governing Jamaica Labour Party, has described the traffic situation in Lucy as grave. She noted that the situation is exacerbated by an increase in housing units, coupled with an expansion of construction and commercial activities on the western side. These, she said, have combined to increase traffic volumes in the town. As a consequence, the regular roads in Lucy are no longer able to filter the traffic through the town to Negril, and the delays during break and lunchtime hours are now an almost daily occurrence, said Davis, as she made her first contribution to the State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives. She said partial solutions include the upgrade and rehabilitation of Malcolm Heights Drive and the dualization of Willie Delicier Drive, along with the supporting traffic and pedestrian control measures. The measures outlined represent effective immediate short-term solutions. However, it is painfully obvious that a bypass is needed. The town of Lucy needs a bypass, Davis declared. She argued that the one-way into the town has outlived its usefulness and it is time enough for the change. Davis also said the Riley Bridge, an arch structure with its triple opening, is antiquated. Whenever there's significant rainfall, bamboo and the tree roots from upstream block the arches, which cause the river to overflow its banks, leading to flooding and to severe traffic delays and losses. It is high time for the bridge to be removed and replaced with a modern open-span bridge, which would allow us to save on maintenance and eliminate the hindrance of flooding for residents and visitors alike, Davis stated. The bridge was rendered impassable on September 16, following heavy rainfall that day. The police issued an advisory that urged the motorists to avoid the bridge, which is the main link between Montego Bay and Negril. A major landslide near the bridge in June also rendered the route impassable. PNP hangs tough with opposition to Portmore becoming parish. The opposition People's National Party has made it clear its intention to have its objections heard when the final draft from the Joint Select Committee on the proposal for Portmore to become Jamaica's 15th parish is presented to Parliament. The motion for the report to be accepted was passed on Thursday with a vote of 7-2, with opposition committee members South St. Catherine Member of Parliament Fitz Jackson and opposition Senator Floyd Morris objecting. The report will now be tabled in the House of Parliament, where it will be debated. During the sitting, Morris asked the committee to ensure that the minority report is attached to the final document that is to be submitted to Parliament. This triggered an objection from South West St. Catherine Member of Parliament Everell Warmington, who argued that Jackson made a procedural error in that even though he gave notice of his intention to seek the consent of the committee, he had not in fact done so. He further sought to block the attempt to have it attached. However, committee chairman Dr. Andrew Wheatley relented and allowed Jackson to move the motion for the minority report to be attached, which was seconded by Murrays. Interestingly, when the chairman moved the motion for the report to be attached, Government Senator Shireen Golden Campbell went on record as objecting, and so it was passed 2-1. Support for the proposal for Portmore, which is a municipality within St. Catherine, to become a separate parish has been divided along political party lines, and the issue was resurrected by the Jamaica Labour Party in its campaign leading up to the general elections last September. The Andrew Holness-led party is looking to follow through with the plans, which include investment through infrastructure development, such as a tech city in the heart of Portmore, which is home of more than 200,000 residents and has had an annual growth rate of 4% since 1991. However, Jackson, whose constituency covers a section of Portmore, has contended that political expediency was at play and questioned the material difference that a parish designation would bring to residents. He argued that when the Portmore municipality was created, residents felt that it was important to protect it from the political directorate, and that was the reason they insisted that in the legislation and established the municipality that the boundaries of Portmore should not be changed without consultation. Road users urged to stop the foolishness. Director of the Road Safety Unit, Deidre Hudson Sinclair, has appealed to Jamaicans to stop the foolishness and practice good road safety habits. Road deaths have increased by 6% when compared to last year. At least 352 persons have been killed due to traffic crashes since the start of the year. Statistics from the Road Safety Unit indicate that vulnerable road users account for 63% of the road users killed since the start of the year. Motorcycle fatalities represented 35% of road users' deaths, followed by pedestrians at 20%. Hudson Sinclair said that one of the major features of crashes is speeding, so we really want to address this with Stop the Foolishness campaign. We ask persons when walking or driving at night to practice extreme caution because visual acuity is lessened at night, and we want persons to really be careful when they are maneuvering the roadway, Hudson Sinclair said. The data indicate that 114 persons have been killed during curfew hours since the start of the year. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.